69-64 the score. The ball goes in low to Shaq. The Lakers trail. Shaq turns, shoots. He makes an easy jumper from 2 feet. Shaq looks like he could make $1 million in there tonight, really. He's getting in such good position.
Well, 3,000 would be enough.
69-66 is the score, if I'm reading the scoreboard properly.
You are.
The bulbs are out on the scoreboard numbers, and there jump shot no good, and the rebound is off. Nice play underneath. What foul on the play. Foxy committed the foul, and Foxy's all. There's a technical coming to Fox. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, Rick made sure he got that one. He let the official know right off the top what he felt about letting Porter go over the top.
Fox gets the tee, and he's liable to get another one. He's hot. Hughes will shoot the technical. Then there will be 2 free throws on the personal.
Well, the missed shot was by Dampier, but from behind, Porter jumped over the top of Rick Fox, and normally that's a whistle for a loose ball foul.
Free throw is no good on the technical by Hughes. Now coming into the game, Jackson, and going out Dampier. 2 shots coming to Porter now on the personal foul in the first half. They made 5 out of 6. The Lakers made 4 out of 6. Free throw is good. And it's 70-66. The Lakers trail it. They've trailed it all night. Here's the next one. Little spin of the ball. And missed the free throw, and the rebound is off to Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq gets his 6th rebound of the contest. Bryant with the ball in the attack in 47 feet. 94 by 50 hunk of wood, and here's the ball over to Graham, and Graham to Harper. Harper the dribble. Harper down the middle. Harper throws up a prayer, not answered. Rebound is off, and it's taken. I mean a prayer. Mark Jackson. Surra the other way. Surra goes over to Jamison in the air. 10-foot jumper, no. Rebound, nice. Beautiful play underneath. Blocked by Shaq on the shot. Put up by Porter after his great rebound. Porter's got it. Clears the ball over to Hughes. Hughes underneath the basket, loses the ball to Kobe, and the foul is going to be on Porter. Well, good action. Good action.
Porter got away with 2 fouls on this one trip down the court. The third one, though, the referees, they whistled it.
70-66. Shaq came up with another block.
Yeah, that's the guy that just makes sure that he makes up for all the mistakes of the players around the perimeter.
Shaq's got 3 block shots in this ball game, coming off his season high 7. Now the ball to Harper against Surra. Ball in the corner to Fox underneath the Shaq. Overplaying, Jackson got burned trying to make a steal, and the Lakers pulled it within a basket. 70-68. Their next opponent is Seattle at Staples Center. Outside jumper, that's no good. Might have been blocked. He missed everything. It was an air ball. Anyway, it's taken. There was no block credited, and we go the other way with Kobe with it. He can tie the score. He's in double team country. He's underneath, throws it up. No, gets it back. Score. Kobe Bryant. Nice work. Beautiful work. He earned it. He's got 23 points.
If he did that against 3 defenders.
70-70. The Lakers catch him. Their biggest deficit was 10 in the second quarter. Hughes with the ball. He goes around Kobe, go to the base, and Kobe's with him like a stamp in an envelope, and a foul on Kobe. He's like 2 stamps in an envelope.
It's very difficult to shake Kobe because of just his total athletic ability. He's long. He's really good at moving his feet, and that time trying to move his feet gets called for the blocking foul.
Last time we had a tie was at 4:20 of the first quarter. Now we've got a 70-70 tie with 8:05 to play here in the third quarter. Surra with the ball. Surra takes the ball over to Porter, gaining experience. Below to Jamison, knocked loose, and picking it up is Harper. Dribbles it around Surra. Harper all the way, lay it up and in. How did he bounce that around Surra?
He high bounced him.
He high bounced him is right.
Surra was reaching and it wasn't there.
Unbelievable. Only a veteran, only a Harper could do that. And look at the coach asking him, how'd you do that? And he's explaining it to the coach right here beside us.
That's exactly what he said. He said, how'd you do that on the World Champion Lakers Basketball Network? Last play by Harp was really nice. It even had his coach asking, how'd you do it? Rick Fox is the guy that stripped it. Harp says, oh, I see you, Surra, so I'll just push it out ahead. Surra reached, didn't get the ball, didn't get Harp, didn't get anything.
And now Harp and Surra are laughing about it. Even Shaq came in front of us here and asked Harper, how'd you do it? And Harp just broke in a big laugh, and so did Shaq. This is the first Laker lead since the first quarter. The Lakers Lakers on a 6-0 run after the miss by Hughes. The rebound to Harper. That was one of the great plays of his career, believe me. I didn't get to see the replay, but if it's as good as it was in real motion, it's something to put in the history books. Now the ball goes in low to Shaq. Shaq pulls it up, brings it out to Grant. His 22-foot jumper outside, no. Nice rebound, Fox underneath, but they steal the ball. And the guy that stole the ball was Chris Porter, the rookie. Here's Cyril. Cyril and Harper guarding each other, and they both went to Miami of Ohio. Jackson with the ball. Where you going? Shaq's there. Down the middle, he comes. Shaq blocks his shot. The ball out of bounds after Shaq's block. Shaq gets his 4th block of the game. Into the game, Mookie Blaylock played 15 minutes in the first half. 4 for 4 shooting and 7 assists.
You know, Jackson wants to say something to the official, Chick, but he knows I'm a youngster. I better not get this tee real quick.
72-70 the score. 11 on the 24, and the ball brought into Hughes by Jamison. Hughes on a pick and roll to Jamison. He made his arch right through Jamison's legs and out of bounds. Last hit by Kobe. Kobe's mad about something. Harper's got 8 assists in this ball game and 6 rebounds. Harper has 8 assists. Well, that's 2 more than his season high. Harper's career high is 17 assists. The inbound is Jackson. This 20-footer no good. The rebound is off and taken by the Lakers. Grant to Harper. Harper with the ball in the attacking zone against Mookie Blaylock. Out in front to Kobe. Now the ball to the high post, and that's Grant. Gives the ball back to Kobe. His 3-pointer won't go down from straight away, and the rebound is to Harper. The Lakers lead by 2, 6.5 to play in the third. Now the ball to the high post. Shaq. Shaq holds it up and brings out to Harper. Harper looks to Kobe and gives it to him. He's got a little mismatch here, one-on-one. He's down the middle, shoots 2 free throws on the foul. He took Hughes to school. Let's see who they called it on Hughes too.
You know, when Kobe takes you to school, there's a lot of pupils in your classroom because it's sold out. He's got everybody as he takes them to school. This time Larry tries to strip him, but comes down across the arm, starts at the elbow, and works his way down.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the World Champion Lakers Basketball Network. It is the Southland's most complete sportscast. Join Alan Massengale and the KCAL 9 sports team for Sports News Tonight. That's tonight at 10:45 on KCAL 9. Free throw is good by Kobe. 3-point lead Lakers. 4-point lead Lakers. And Kobe now in the ball game, starting to move toward that 30 number. He's got 25. We're in the third quarter. Blaylock with the ball. 74-70. Los Angeles leading it. Kobe's all over the man. They didn't call anything. Jump shot by Jackson. No good. The rebound to Shaq and a foul on Jackson. He just got butchered by Kobe, and now he gets the foul. I don't blame the crowd for booing.
Kobe was so far up on Jackson's arms, Jackson thought he had sprouted a new pair or something as Kobe was all over him. Finally, Jackson decides, I'll just attack, misses the shot, and then commits the foul.
In the first half, the Warriors were very good shooting, 61%. In this quarter, they are 2 for 11. Now here is a whistle and a foul call, and the foul is going to be against
Jackson.
Jackson, he's mad now, lost his temper a little bit. That's 4 fouls on him. So you go from 61% shooting to 2 for 11. A lot of things bad can happen. Here's a technical foul. Is that on the coach?
Yes, it is.
Take it easy, Dave. It's only a game.
Talk about a competitor.
He's going to get kicked out if he's not real careful right here. Mookie Blaylock's trying to cool off the referee. Leon Wood, who played in the league, is this referee. Still hollering now, and Wood tells him, please sit down, Dave. You're a nice man. I don't want to toss you. All right, the pass goes into Shaq. The free throw was good on the tee. It's 75-70, and here is a whistle and a foul called against the Lakers. Foxy.
Green.
All right, the free throw on the tee was made by Kobe. That gives him 26 points. Now, if he scores any more, put him right there, will you, please? Okay, we got a timeout call on the Lakers Basketball Network.
Two.
Penberthy comes in the lineup for the Los Angeles Lakers. Shaq's having a real good time tonight. Laughing, having fun. He's even visiting with Dampier, his opponent. Dampier said, "Get away from me, big fella. You're liable to step on me." Blaylock's got the ball. The Lakers on a 9-0 run now, as we say. And out in front, the ball comes to Hughes. Hughes against Kobe Bryant. Screen by Dampier. Kobe fights through it, but Hughes goes around it, comes underneath, throws it up. No good. Rebound comes out. Last touch by the Lakers.
Well, that time Larry Hughes outguessed himself. He thought that they were going to block it on one side. He tried to go the other side. If he just shoots it on the same side, he gets an easy deuce.
Waiting for the ball to come in. Blaylock gets it in. Knocked down. Held on to by Hughes. Hughes the dribble to the baseline. Underneath, throws it up. Tough luck. He made a nice play. Rebound Dampier, and 2 shots the result thereof. And the foul is called on number 34, and that's Grant. Or that's Shaq.
Well, what I like about what the Lakers are doing right now, Shaq, Kobe, and Horace Grant, they're discussing defensive structures here, making sure that they're all on the same page defensively.
Dampier's got 4 points in the ball game at the free throw line this year. He's 39 out of 75 as he misses the first one. That's 52%. Lakers still got a 9-0 run going, but it's only produced a 5-point lead. We're in the third quarter. 5:27 to play. Free throw, no good again. Odd English on that ball. Rotation was strange. Shaq got the rebound, and Shaq in the rebound department with 8. And here we go now, and the ball out in front to Penberthy. Penberthy's hit 2 3-pointers in this ball game. Here's the ball stolen by Blaylock. Blaylock on the dribble drive. Penberthy showed him the ball. Nice pass to Hughes. Shot blocked from behind by Kobe, and Hughes gets it back and scores. That's a heck of a block shot if he didn't foul him. Anyway, Hughes got the hoop.
Sure surprised Larry. Larry thought he was fouled.
So did I. 75-72. The ball under the basket to Shaq. He's right there. He puts it up and in. As I said earlier, Shaq ought to make 100 tonight. He's getting such great position. That's 19 for him. He's made 6 consecutive shots going back to the second quarter. And the outside shot by Blaylock rebounded by Kobe. The Laker lead is 77-72. Harper takes it over to Penberthy. Penberthy against Surra. Surra taller. Quick pass goes over, and the baseline goes Grant. Gives it back to Penberthy. 20-foot jumper. That's good. The kid's shooting real well tonight. Kobe's got 10 points in this quarter, by the way. 79-72. Los Angeles leads. Surra dribble drive. Comes underneath. Feeds the ball off. Grant intercepts the bad pass. And it comes over here and out of bounds.
Threw it over the wrong shoulder. Kobe was looking for it on the inside shoulder, and Horace threw it to the outside.
79-72 with 4:11 to play in the third quarter. Chill Kern with Stu Lance. Don't forget Friday night sellout. We'll have it for you on Fox Sports Net and these radio stations. The Lakers and Seattle grudge match. Here's the ball to Hughes. Hughes goes to 3, takes it in low to Dampier. Down to Shaq. Shaq tied him up, but a pushing foul is called on Shaq. Foul on Shaq. That's his second foul. And Shaq asked Leon Wood, "What did I do? I didn't push him. If I push him, you'd see him sliding on his belly."
Well, in the post, Shaq just reaches, and all of a sudden
Look
he reaches
here.
out trying to grab the ball. He did get all ball, but the official said that he also used his body to push.
Jackson's all over the referee now, and the crowd likes that or dislikes it, whatever. Their coach got a technical for the same thing. Jamison outside. He gets a 3-pointer. Jamison. And now the score is 79-75. Jamison in the game with 25 points. Now the ball, high post, Kobe. Kobe holds it up against Hughes. Kobe shoots a 20-foot jumper over Hughes and scores that. Kobe nearing the 30-point mark. Kobe in the ball game with 28.
You talk about Kobe or Shaq to score just about when he won a steal
Here's
by
the ball
Penberthy.
stolen by Penberthy. Nice play against the sideline from Surra. Penberthy getting better every game, every minute he plays. Wasn't expected to make the squad. Thought he'd be playing in Germany again this year. The ball into Shaq. Shaq holds it up. Bounce down the middle of Kobe. He's hit hard. He's hammered. 2 shots. Now Hughes is hollering, "I hit all ball." He must have got him with the body.
Well, Kobe, he hangs around in the air so long. He noticed that time Larry Hughes was up there with him, but he just holds it. Comes off the ball, hits him on the arm. That's a foul.
Kobe in the ball game at the free throw line tonight. First of all, he's got 12 points in the quarter. But Kobe in the game tonight is 5 for 5. 6 for 6. Now Hughes comes over and talks to a referee doing the right thing. And that's
Right.
Hugh Hollins, all his experience, telling the kid, here's why I called on you. Pats him on the back and said, hey, you got many years ahead of you in this league, and you're going to be a star. This time, if I made a mistake, I'm sorry. And from my angle, I thought I was doing the right thing. That's all the referee says. Both free throws good by Kobe, and he's got his 30 points. Now with the ball in the front court, and the Lakers leading 83-75. Blaylock bounced the ball to Hughes. Hughes takes it in. Jamison. Jamison holding. We got a whistle on the play. Illegal defense against the Lakers. Kobe's got 14 points in this quarter alone.
Well, I was going to say earlier that you said Shaq could score 1,000. It seems like Kobe could score when he wants to, too.
All right, Blaylock gets the inbound pass. 2:49 to play in the period. He's against Penberthy. Penberthy in front of the Laker bench. Watches Jamison shoot a high 20-footer. No good. The rebound to Kobe. Kobe coming down the floor. One of these times, Johnny's going to give us a real show. He stops for the 20-foot jumper. That's no good. Tip by Harper is good. Harper is having a night.
Harp's having a lot of fun, too.
85-75. The Lakers trailed by 10. They lead by 10. We're in the third quarter. Soares outside jumper. No good. The rebound to Shaq. Shaq bounced the ball to Kobe. Kobe in the front court in the left wing. Circles to the middle. Gives it out in front. Travel with it. Yeah, Kobe couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do with it. Dribble it, bite it, or shoot it. 85-75. 2:12 to play in the third quarter. The Lakers leading it. And the ball to Hughes. Wrestling match inside. That's Grant wrestling with Jamison. Now Jamison comes out in front. One-on-one against Grant. He'll put a move on him. Backs in. Puts the move on. Underneath. That's great. And he scored. That's sensational. I think he was fouled on top of it.
So does he.
85-77.
They always do.
And we got a minute and 45 to play in a period. Boy, that was a good play. Penberthy with it. In this quarter, the Lakers are shooting 69%. Like this Penberthy shot. Yeah, he knocks it down. Penberthy. Penberthy gets his 10th point. His career high with the Lakers, his first year, is 15. Now it's 87-77 again by 10. Never more than that for either team. Sura dribbling down the middle on Hart. Pulls it up short. Rebounds out. Grant did a good job of boxing out, and both he and Jamison are on the deck. Neither one is hurt seriously. Dribbling the ball and stabbing it, stolen by Hughes. Hughes in deep. He runs into Grant. Now the ball to Jamison. Blocked by Grant. Comes back to Jamison and he scores. And Jamison's mad.
Well, I tell you who should be mad. Grant, because he's down there battling. Some other Lakers should be coming down to give some defensive support on the turnover.
56 seconds left to play in the period, and I agree with you totally on that. Here's Kobe out to Grant. He's going to get him back himself. He does with a 21-foot jumper. Grant, and it's 89-79, and Horace has got 10. Shaq's got 19. Kobe's got 30. Penberthy's got 10. That's good now. There's a good Jamison foul in the act of shooting. The foul is on Grant, and now get a picture of the Laker coach. He's really hot along the sideline. He's having a good time is what he's doing.
I can't say enough about the effort, though, of Horace Grant. Chick, he is really battling as he's isolated on Jamison. Jamison comes to the middle. Horace with the block. Horace says to the official, watch his off arm as he swings his left arm into my chest, and I still get the block.
Jamison at the line for two. Free throw good. Kobe's got 14 points in this quarter. He's made 4 out of 7 field goals to go with some free throws. Antoine has got 5 3-pointers in his first 2 years in the league, and he's got 14 of them this season in 19 games. Think of that. He was hurt most of the first 2 years, played only about 90 games. He's got 2 3-pointers tonight. He's at the line once more, coming off a 51-point game at Seattle. He makes the free throw, and for the evening now, he's got 31. He's the high scorer for both teams. That gives him 82 in his last 2 games. Now the ball all the way to the base of Kobe. He gets behind the 3. He shoots the 3 and gets it. He definitely stepped behind the 3, looked down at it before he shot it.
When you have that time, you should.
Dribble drive, Hughes underneath, throws it up and in. No basket on the dribble. No basket. The foul is on Kobe, and Kobe questioned it, and now the referee changes the fingers. They're going to call it on Shaq. Shaq gets it. Now, poor Leon Wood. I'll tell you, he's taking a mental beating tonight. Harper's on him now. Look at Harper. Poor Leon said, hey. And Harper said, I used to play against you, remember? And Leon says, that's so many years ago, I've forgotten you. That boy, Leon.
Harp's having a lot of fun.
So is Leon. Free throw, no good. Free throw good on the second try by Hughes. 92. Well, there's that lousy basket.
Well, let's see if the Lakers can work for the last
92-82.
shot this time.
92-82. With the ball in the front court, Penberthy, 16 seconds left. The 24-second clock's about a half a second different in the game clock. The ball to Shaq. Still too early to shoot. 8 seconds. He turns. He shoots a 16-footer. That's no good. Tipped by Kobe once. No good. Rebound is off. Here comes the ball. Hughes fires. It's on the way.
It's still on the way.
It's underway.
To the freeway.
No way.
Well, we played 3 quarters and the Lakers have forged ahead. They lead the Golden State Warriors by a 92-82 margin on the world champion Lakers Basketball Network. After 3 quarters, the Lakers leading scorer, Kobe Bryant's got 33 points. 17 came in that 3rd quarter. And for the Warriors, Anton Jamison, 31 points. He had 12 in the 3rd quarter. Kobe just showing his relentlessness. He's just constantly focused at doing the job. And this is the first, but he'll be right there to hammer home the next one. And Anton Jamison playing so much under control, utilizing the perimeter game, knocks down a 3 en route to his game high or team high 31.
Jamison's got 31 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kobe's got 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. He had 17 points in that 3rd quarter, Kobe did. The Lakers shot in that quarter 14 out of 20. That's 70%. The Warriors were 24%, 6 out of 25. The Lakers led by 11, the biggest margin. Here's the ball to Jamison. Out in front to Cummings. Just came in the ball game off the bench. He's been on the injured reserve, and under the basket trying to get a basket was Jamison, and he's fouled. And the foul is on number 54, and that would be Grant.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal getting a little rest here with the Lakers up by a double digit, 10.
Horry coming in the ball game for the Lakers between free throws. Contigo Cummings, number 5 in the white, just came on wearing a face mask. He had a fractured bone. He fell onto the knee of one of his teammates and cracked the bone just below his right eye. The crowd, the biggest of the year, 19,273. That's great. That's great. Not a sellout, but just a couple of hundred shy. Free throws, both good. And here come the Lakers down now, protecting a lead of 92-84. 11:35 to play in the 4th quarter. And Shaw with the ball. Shaw gives the ball to Penberthy, and Penberthy's been shooting well tonight. Playing a nice ball game out in front to Shaw. To Horry. Horry just came in. His man Jamison falls down. Horry loses the ball. Jamison picks it up. Jamison once again. And there's going to be a foul. The holding foul is on Shaw.
That all happened when Robert Horry got out of control going to the spin move and had to get rid of the ball. He did, and it caused the turnover.
All right, the Lakers far from having this ball put away or this game. Here's Mookie Blaylock coming to the attacking zone. Mookie is against Penberthy, looking him right in the eye. Now the ball into the post man, and that is Dampier. Dampier dribbles. They're trying to take advantage of Matson. They take it back into Dampier. He brings it out in front. And there's that great shooter, and he hits another 20-footer. That's nice work by Jamison. That gives him 33 points.